This presentation is on the organizational design, structure, and change presentation. A perfect fit nanny agency is struggling in the area of quality of management. We have an excellent manager, but she has too many tasks to manage and is being stretched too thin. She not only manages the employees, but she also takes the highest client load in the company. She has been making many mistakes with her clients, and as a result is not reaching her potential as a manager. Having such a high caseload prevents her from being a servant leader and stepping in when her staff needs her assistance. The president of the company steps in to help her from time to time, but it is not enough. The solution to this issue is to increase our part-time staff member to full-time so that she can reduce the client load of the manager and allow the manager to step in and manage the team appropriately. A perfect fit nanny agency is a hierarchical organization, which means there is a hierarchy to the organization. Starting from the bottom, there is a team of nannies, then the team of nanny coordinators and placement coordinators, the manager slash placement coordinator, and the president. Being that there is only one manager in the entire organization, there's a lot for the manager to do, and she's being pulled in a lot of different directions. In the article, Managers versus Leaders, it details that a leader takes time to inspire and motivate their teams. They take the time to have meaningful training sessions and to invoke vision and passion in their team. Unfortunately, our manager does not have the time to do any of that. She is so busy with her client load that the management duties are reduced to correcting mistakes and entering payroll and leading team meetings. This has affected the culture tremendously. If the only time your manager is reaching out to you is to correct a mistake you made, it's disheartening and it makes the workplace feel less inviting. She really does try to ensure that she has more communication with them that is above and beyond when we are slow, and she is phenomenal. However, when her client load is this high, there's just too much on her plate for her to achieve more than this. Embodiment of conscious capitalism. A perfect fit nanny agency does attempt to embody the tenets of conscious capitalism, but is falling short. For example, we do have a higher purpose. We do exist for more than just a financial purpose. We hope to provide safe and quality childcare to parents. We hope to provide safe and quality childcare to parents who want what's best for their children. We also hope to provide high-quality careers to the nanny community in all the cities we serve. In terms of stakeholder orientation, we do a wonderful job of caring for our clients and our nannies, but where we lack and where this is relevant to the main issue is in the care of our employees. This ties into our conscious leadership, as we are not displaying that at the moment, which then creates a negative culture. This all ties into a lack of strong management. So this brings us to our Kotter Step 1, which is create. The first step to Kotter's 8-step change framework is to create a sense of urgency. In terms of our financial situation, we rework some of the numbers, and we believe that even though we would be spending about $10,000 more a year to bring our part-time placement coordinator on full-time, it would ultimately result in more placements for the company, roughly about $50,000 more in placements. Therefore, we are looking at a $40,000 increase in sales. This would be coming from all angles. Being that the manager would be freed up to assist the other placement coordinators with high-profile clients, we would be more likely to make those placements rather than losing them to competitors. In addition, our clients would be getting more one-on-one care from the placement coordinators as opposed to what they were getting, which was split attention from the manager. In order to achieve this, we need 2 people on board. We would need the president of the company to agree, and we would need the placement coordinator to agree to her increase in hours. The placement coordinator wants an increase in hours, so this should not be an issue. That was Kotter's Step 2, build. Now Kotter's Step 3, form. The future would be different from the past. We would have a manager that can focus on her team and on increasing sales. We would also have a full-time placement coordinator that can focus fully on the clients. With one person focusing on the team and one person focusing on the clients, all areas would be covered. Now Cotter's step 4, enlist. Being that the staff has not had quality management in the past, we imagine that there would not be much buy-in at first. Dr. Cotter states that at this stage is where buy-in is most important. We will enlist the president and the placement coordinator as our volunteer army, as well as the manager, to show the effectiveness of why this will work. We will demonstrate that in the following steps. This is Cotter's step 5, enable. The next step is to enable people by removing barriers. The main barrier we will have is the manager's workload. So what we will do at this stage is bring in the placement coordinator on full time and transfer the manager's clients to her, as this will allow the manager to manage the placement coordinator and to make placements. As this will allow the manager to manage and the placement coordinator to make placements. Cotter's step 6, generate. This next stage is where the fun begins. The manager can now generate quick win opportunities by taking moments to celebrate the employee's successes, not failures. It will be important to celebrate even the small successes at first to build their confidence in not only themselves, but in management as well. This will help to create a more positive culture and build that stakeholder orientation. Cotter's step 7, sustain. Now that the manager has built the employees up, she can press harder into them and help them grow as well. She can do this by scheduling one-on-ones to work on goals with each employee, because now she has the time. Each employee will benefit from this one-on-one time with their manager, and they will grow from it. Cotter's step 8, institute and embed. This is the step where it just needs to become a part of a perfect fits culture, to not let an employee be in that overburden with roles again. In order for the company to function smoothly, split roles are not effective and they lead to employee turnover and burnout. Managing challenges. One of the main challenges of this change is going to be the financial investment the company is going to have to make in order to bring in the part-time staff member on full-time. We plan to address this challenge by showing the potential profit that the company would make by having a manager that is fully invested in the staff and a placement coordinator that is fully invested in the clients. Another challenge is going to be the staff buy-in into having a manager who is less involved now become more involved. We are addressing this challenge by making sure that the interactions the manager and the staff has initially are positive as possible, and that she builds them up so that they can take constructive criticism necessary to help them grow in the future. Strategies for leading teams and fostering collaboration. We think the greatest lesson learned is that when the managers are overworked, they tend to treat employees less fairly, and in doing so, this created a culture that was not what a perfect fit nanny agency is about. By bringing on more staff and allowing the manager to be a manager, by bringing on more staff and allowing the manager to be a manager and not have such a high client load, this allows for the manager to have more time to consider the employees and to create a culture of fairness and equality. And in doing so, this will lead to more collaboration among departments and teams, because the culture will be one of kindness and understanding. Being open to change is another lesson learned, as APF has operated under this model for far too long. The change model we used will be sufficient in creating change. Research shows that when implementing change, it is important to use a change model to assist in doing so. Overall, this will be a great change for the company.